Will lost it and beat the shit out of Jada. I mean, beat the dog shit out of her. That so bad that they had to make a makeshift hospital.
Okay, so like always, we really appreciate you all tuning in to Toast Strong. I want to jump right in on this this Will Smith, Chris Rock, and Jada Smith deal. So we promised you the video, so here it is. Let's start with a little bit of history first, because I'm gonna say some things about Chris Rock, and that might be questionable, but I want to draw him up first. I want to frame him up before I say this so that you can get a better understanding. First of all, you know that Chris was involved in a alleged rape before that wasn't really out there. I don't know if a lot of people know about that, but he was. And this young lady that accused him of rape, she allegedly filed a lawsuit and allegedly was paid off. It was settled. So that's just to let you know that Chris ain't the angel or the Mr. Innocent guy that he is drawn up to be on TV and on social media. He got some grime to him as well as some of the others. Now, Chris knew what was going on. He know why he got slapped and he know why he can't tell, right? Now, let me break down to you why he can't tell it. Before I tell you what happened, he can't tell because the people in power, the bosses, the big dogs, you know, the ones that we don't really hear about, will tear him a new hole if he was to expose what he knew at that time of the smack. And I don't think that he will ever speak on it. I don't think that he's gonna ever be able to. I could be wrong on that part, but it would be dangerous for him to say it. But it's okay for me to say it because look, who am I? You know, they can easily say, this dude don't know what he's talking about. He's just talking. He's just a little guy with a little podcast and he just running his mouth. Okay, cool. So we'll stick with that. So let me run my mouth. Know that Chris is grimy and he can't tell because he bet not tell. Will ain't gonna tell because one, he bet not tell, and two, because it would not be good for him at all. But Will is gonna turn this whole situation into a good situation. Watch what we tell you. Martin and I both said it. Will is gonna turn this situation into a good situation by coming out as a homosexual. This is all about to make sense as soon as I get done drawing it up for you. Now, there was a guy named Brother Bilal, and he did a show with Tasha K. And Brother Bilal stated that a lot of things about Will, actually, Will and Jada, but he also stated one of the biggest things is that Will Smith beat Jada half to death because he caught her doing the nasty on the couch when he came home. Check it out.
The final straw is when Will came home and caught Jada, Mark Anthony on the couch at their home. Will lost it and beat the shit out of Jada. I mean, beat the dog shit out of her. That so bad that they had to make a makeshift hospital.
So, you know, that could drive a man crazy, right? I mean, just imagine coming home and wham, 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 you know, your wife. Oh man, you might flip out, right? I'm just saying. So here we go. So he beat her. You know, Will is a big dude, big strong dude, and Jada's a little bitty woman, right? Now, Will is bigger than me, and Jada probably smaller than my wife, and I couldn't imagine me jumping on my wife. That's just ridiculous, right? But he did it, and he did it because he was gone in the moment, and it was all, you know, like crazy. Okay, so now this is according to Brother Bilal. I didn't see the fight, all right? And Will didn't tell me that he did it, but he told Chris Rock because Chris Rock is his buddy. That ties into what I'm finna tell y'all about why he got smacked in his mouth. All right. So this beating, like he said, was so bad that they had to bring in doctors and keep this thing all low key and everything. So one of the reasons why two reasons why Jada didn't tell. One, because she bet not tell it because of the higher, you know, the higher do dirties. And two, because she liked it. She'd like to be in position to hold that power over Will. Look what you did. I'll tell it all. This is one of the reasons why Will is handpicked, right? So you gotta now let me go back and draw this for you too. When you think about Will Smith and his whole career, Will is all about jokes, all about being funny. So you think this man walked up the stage and smacked this dude for making a joke? No. It was deeper than that, but it never made sense. You even thought maybe the smack was fake, but no, it was real because this whole thing is lining up now. So here we go. Chris Rock on stage, did he make the bald head joke, right? You know, look. Oh, by the way, let's go back to the bald head. So remember when she had this picture and she pointing at the cut on her head or whatever that is? That's probably a bruise from the beating. Probably a bruise from the beating that she took, and she had to shave her head for medical reasons. So Chris Rock knew that. And so if that's the case, what was funny about it? Will did something that could have got him put in prison or got him killed. And here you are making low-key jokes on stage about it. Now, look, let's run it back. Now let's walk through this. He make the joke, right? Now look at Jada's face. Okay. Now look at Will's face. Got it. Now think about what I just told you. Now watch Will go up on the stage and smack Chris and walk away. Chris looked at him like, man, that was messed up. I shouldn't have said that. That's why he didn't really respond. But you know, the excuse is, I was taught better than that. I'm not that kind of guy, but you are that kind of guy. Just like the rest of the guys, right? So that's what happened with that. Now, Bilal coming out is only going to help Will. And I could almost bet you that Brother Bilal and Will Smith are back buddies. Let me break that down. So they had a fallout over some money and over, you know, the Jada thing and whatever, all this old mess, whatever that is. But that's not really the important part. But he did say that they at one point came back together. They became friends again. And I think that they fell out again and became friends again. And Will gave him the go ahead. Look, man, I need you to do me a favor, because remember, that was his best friend and his assistant, his personal assistant. I need you to do me a favor, man. Look, go ahead and do the book. You know what I'm saying? Put all the details in the book. Because at the end of the day, anytime anybody is caught up in a circle like that, or caught up in a bubble like that, you want to get out of it. You want to get out of it, even if you got to go through some pain to get through it. Because at the end of the day, being stuck in that bubble that he in, can't talk, can't really do much. And then you got this girl over here that's demonic, holding all this stuff over you. Well, he demonic too, but holding all this stuff over you. And it's like, I think I'd rather go ahead and come out with it and just be me. Because at the end of the day, just like Merlin and I've been saying, if he come out as LGBTQ, he's not going to get ridiculed. He's going to get praised for that. And he's going to get more money than ever. Could you imagine Will Smith coming out as gay? So Brother Bilal is like throwing him an alley-oop. Go ahead, bro. I got you. Boom. He going to say it first, because it's less painful when somebody else say it and then you come behind. I had a good friend of mine tell me what happened one time. He was in his younger days. He's a God-fearing man now, but in his younger days, he was having an affair on his wife, and a friend of his got jealous and told on him. And I said, man, did you get him? You know what you do to him? He said, no, I told him, thanks for telling her. That way I don't have to. See, that's the same approach that Will and Bilal is more than likely taking in this case. And hey, you know what? I'm not mad at Brother Bilal, man. Get your money, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's it. And for the record, I believe everything he's saying. He just didn't look like he was lying to me. And it sounded like he got a lot of morals. You know what I'm saying? So I don't see him just making stuff up, but I do see him not telling us that, you know, him and Will are still friends, and this is all a part of a bigger plot for both of them to make more money. Because could you imagine Brother Bilal finna make a lot? He gonna make more money off that book that he made being an assistant. I can bet you that, because this book is finna go berserk. So this is what we come up with that happened. In short, Chris Rock knew that Will Smith beat Jada, and Jada got all kind of stuff on top of him, and including homosexuality and all that stuff, because he was caught with a what's that? Some dude. Anyway, I'll let Bilal tell it.
And then I saw sexual acts that I walked in on.
Who'd you walk in on?
Him and Dwayne Martin.
So she holding that over his head. She holding the fact that he been beating her over his head, and other things that we more than likely don't know about, but it'll probably come out in this book that Brother Bilal got coming out. But Chris was out of order for saying that, according to Will. You know what I'm saying? And according to some people, it depends on where your standards at. Chris was out of order for throwing that out there like that. And that wasn't funny, because at the end of the day, Will sitting back thinking like, bro, you just put my life on the line. You put my freedom on the line. You put everything on the line by saying that. And that's why he walked up there and smacked him in his mouth. And, you know, they can't tell it. They better not tell it. So just pay attention and wake up before you go to sleep. Peace. I'm out of here.